Coming up tonight, the suspect in the Pittsburgh shooting is facing 44 separate charges.
2 Oswego County residents are still in the running for state Supreme Court justices.
And a helicopter crash near Plattsburgh kills 2 utility workers.
WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Dan Corlett.
And I'm Brianna Watson.
The suspect in the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting has had charges brought against him. The suspect, 46-year-old Robert Bowers, will face 44 separate charges. The charges include obstruction of free exercise of religious belief resulting in death and use of a firearm to commit murder during a crime of violence. Both of those charges can be punished by death penalty.
In total, Baldwin faces 32 charges that are punishable by death. The charges that cannot result in the death penalty are punished with 20 years to life in prison. Bowers also is accused of shooting 3 officers. Bowers faces the court on Thursday.
Oswego business students are getting an opportunity to launch their business ideas. The entrepreneurial organization Enactus has been hosting the event. The Oswego Business Chapter's Launch It competition has been running since September 28th, where students got an opportunity to network, win cash prizes, and bring their businesses to life. The competition will finish this Friday, November 2nd, where the winner will be announced.
With Election Day less than a week away, Oswego County is getting ready to decide who will be the next state Supreme Court justices. Schroeppeltown Justice Karen Brandt and Volney attorney Scott Del Conte are on the campaign trail traveling through the 5th Judicial District, which includes Oswego, Herkimer, Jefferson, Lewis, Oneida, and Onondaga counties. The state Supreme Court almost exclusively handles civil cases, and justices serve a 14-year term. Election Day is November 6th.
The Oswego City School District has approved an addition to 2 new classes. Carrie Plass, the district's executive director of elementary education, says the addition of these classes hopefully fills a void of course options the students currently have. The district also approved plans for a travel club trip to Athens, Greece in 2020. Superintendent Dean Gioway boasted that the high school is a beacon of light in the community, and he is working to ensure that that light never goes out.
The Zonta Club of Oswego has recently held their 2nd annual Witches Ball, as October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Reporter Alexander Griffin had a little too much fun channeling his inner Saturday Night Live and celebrating tonight's holiday.
How's it hanging? I'm David Pumpkins, and you're watching WTOP 10 TV.
Yes, that's right. Halloween is tonight. And the Zonta Club of Oswego has taken their celebration of Halloween to the next level with their 2nd annual Witches Ball at the Lake Ontario Conference Center. According to the Witches Ball chairperson, Tammy Alowski, the Zonta Club of Oswego serves as a service and advocacy group for women.
Our friends of ours do a Witches Night Out, and they told me about their event, and I thought it was fantastic. And so we decided to do a different spin on it and call it a Witches Ball. Some of the wizards are allowed to come. But yeah, we have all kinds of vendors and dancing and fun, but it's all for a great cause.
The event had supported the Oswego County Opportunity Safe Services Program to provide aid to survivors of domestic violence. Chairperson Alowski strives for the Witches Ball to improve and evolve into a bigger and better event than ever before.
So last year, we had about 300 people that attended, and our first year we were absolutely amazed at that. We outgrew our venue, and we've come to the convention center this year, and we've had more people. I don't know what the final count is now. We're obviously hoping to grow, looking for more vendors, whatever we can do to raise more money for this awesome cause.
For more information on the Zonta Club, you can go on their website at zontadistrict2.org. Dana Balter, the Democratic nominee challenging incumbent Republican Representative John Katko, has gained the upper hand on campaign funds. As of October 17th, Balter had about $621,000 compared to Katko's $522,000, according to the Federal Election Commission's records. In total, Balter has raised $2.4 million versus Katko's $2.5 million.
Ex-Mafia boss James Whitey Bulger was murdered yesterday in prison. According to reports, Bulger's assailant was ex-Mafia hitman Fotitos Freddy Gaius. The 51-year-old ex-hitman is already serving a life sentence for the murder of another Boston mob boss, Adolfo Bruno, and his associate, Gary Westerman. According to MassLive.com, the murder of Bulger could improve his reputation and standing in the prison. Private investigator Ted McDonough believes that the reason Gaius killed Bulger is as simple as Freddie hates rats, Freddie hates guys who abuse women, and Whitey was a rat who killed women.
2 utility workers were killed and 2 others were injured in Beekmantown, New York, when their maintenance helicopter got caught on power lines yesterday afternoon. The 2 men who were injured worked for Northline Utilities, a contractor that inspects and maintains power lines. The Federal Aviation Administration said the helicopter came into contact with the power lines and caught on fire at around 4 p.m., but they will do a further investigation.
Coming up later tonight, President Trump sends 15,000 troops to the U.S.-Mexico border.
And an Ohio priest is charged with sexual battery.
But before that, let's take a quick look at our spooky night of weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Bobby Bianco. How's it look, Bobby?
Thanks, guys. Currently, outside, we have damp conditions. Rain has finally let off. It has been raining and drizzling mainly a whole day. As we look towards our satellite and radar, we can see our showers that were earlier in the day. They're finally moving off anywhere from Binghamton to Watertown. Showers, but we still have mainly cloudy skies. As for temperatures tonight, we can see mainly mid to upper 50s, which is very warm for this time of year. As you get closer to the lake, we'll still have a lake impact, so it'll be in the low 50s. And as for the temperatures tonight, we'll have temperatures in the low to mid 40s, even upper 40s for parts close to the lake. That's all for right now. More after the break.
You know who's going off in fantasy this week? Drew Brees.
Brees with time.
You know, you guys are sleeping on Odell Beckham Jr., though. I think he's scoring 3 TDs this week.
And it throws it back across the middle.
No, tell me, the Bears' defense is what's going to go up this week. I mean, holy
Chicago Bears.
Looking for these? You drive Buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is driving.
As an American, it's hard to hear that we have a serious hunger issue in our country. And as a parent, it's even harder to hear that 1 in 5 of our kids struggles with hunger, especially when billions of pounds of good food are wasted every year. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide billions of meals to families in need right in your community. Visit feedingamerica.org to support Feeding America and your local food bank. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Want to know all the latest things pop culture? Tune in to Let's Talk About It every other Monday at 10 p.m.
Welcome back to the break. Happy Halloween. I'm Storm 10 meteorologist Bianco. The latest what you can expect for the rest of your week and for the week ahead. For today, we actually had temperatures close to average, 58 degrees, around 55, and waking up this morning it was pretty chilly, 35, which is a couple degrees below your average. Currently looking at your satellite and radar, we can see the showers again moving out of our area, but that is leading to a bigger picture. As we look towards Texas, Missouri region, we can see this big batch of rain, a lot of heavy rain associated with this system coming towards our area for tomorrow, coming from the southwest to the northeast. And as for temperatures currently, again in the low to mid 50s, a little cooler as you get to the higher elevations. And for tonight, we can see temperatures around 48 degrees, low to mid 40s elsewhere. So not too much temperature changes, and it is around average for this time of year. And for tonight, again, 46 degrees, winds from the west around 10 to 15 miles per hour. And as we head towards our futurecast, we can see the rain letting off tonight, so mainly cloudy conditions tonight. But for your morning commute, we have around 6 a.m. for your morning commute, going to work, going to leave the kids off at the bus. We have that batch of rain that was in the southwest towards Texas coming up towards our region, and that'll be here for your about lunchtime. And as we head towards your evening commute, more rain heading towards the area. This will be the heavy rain that'll bring around an inch, maybe even 2 inches of rain to our area. So some localized flooding especially in low-lying areas, around inch and a half, as I said. And as we head towards our 7-day, we have temperatures in the low to mid 40s tomorrow. Again, rain and heavy rain at night. So watch out for some localized flooding spot. And 52 degrees for tomorrow, showers. And hopefully you guys have a great Halloween. Make sure to stay safe out there. And for the rest of your week, it'll be in the low to mid 40s, even 50s, but showers are turning early next week. I'll have more after the break. I'll have more weather and sports after the break. You're watching WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Welcome to Understood.org, a free online resource for parents of kids with learning and attention issues, with personalized recommendations, tools, and daily access to experts to help your child thrive. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Guys, I don't feel so good. Shouldn't have had that chili for lunch.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Welcome back to WTOP 10. As the migrant caravan approaches the United States border, the Pentagon, along with the President, are preparing a course of action. The President announced the number of troops sent to the border in response to the caravan, which can realistically be about 15,000 people in total. The Pentagon announced that they have already sent 5,200 active duty troops to the border, as well as a possible 2,000 additional. There are also 2,100 National Guardsmen at the border, with a plan to send an additional 2,000 more if needed. The caravan is currently 800 miles away.
14 people were arrested after protesting outside the Metropolitan Republican Club in New York City Tuesday afternoon, according to the New York Police Department. 7 men and 7 women were arrested for blocking the entranceway and were charged with civil disobedience.
Disorderly conduct. Back up. Police arrested the protesters as they and their supporters continued to sing and chant. No one resisted. Organizers say their quarrel isn't with the cops.
We know that the Republican Party has, for a long time, trafficked in hate, anti-Semitism, white nationalism, and xenophobia.
Which is why they decided to march on the Metropolitan Republican Club on 83rd near Lexington to knock on the door. The club has been at the center of controversy recently for inviting the founder of the Proud Boys to visit. It's a far-right group that promotes political violence.
Members of our community
were slaughtered.
Today, the Jewish protesters demanded the GOP club's leaders denounce white nationalism. When they got no response, they sat Shiva for the 11 killed at the Pittsburgh synagogue. It's a Jewish mourning ritual. They laid 11 white stones and 11 yarmulkes with the names of the victims on them over a sign saying, GOP, tell white nationalists they don't have a place in your party. Police eventually showed up and tried to escort one member of the club inside.
Pardon me, someone wants to get in. You cannot block the doorway.
But the protesters refused to move, eventually sitting down and locking arms. In the meantime, we tried repeatedly to get comment from the people trying to get into the club.
Is there anything you wanted to say, sir?
Nope. After the arrests, we asked organizers if they thought the message got through.
I do feel heard. I feel like our community is watching. The world is watching.
The protesters started the hashtag End White Nationalism, and the protests occurred around the same time President Trump was on his way to Pittsburgh to pay his respect to the shooting victims. A total of 14 people were arrested.
Last week, 2 sisters were found along the Hudson River. 22-year-old Rotada Fareya and her sister, 16-year-old Tala of Saudi Arabia, were found bound and lifeless on Manhattan's Upper West Side. According to officials, Tala has been reported missing from Fairfax, Virginia since August 24th. The sisters were in the States visiting their brother, who was a student in Virginia, and they applied for asylum in Washington, D.C. during that time. Officials and the Saudi embassy are in contact with the family, trying to get answers.
This week has been very busy for President Trump as he announces he is launching an 8-state, 11-rally race to Election Day next Tuesday, reinforcing his hardline rhetoric on immigration. The President and the First Lady also visited Pittsburgh yesterday to visit the Tree of Life Temple, where Saturday's tragic shooting took place, and comforted several police officers wounded in the attack. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders says Trump's visit was very humbling and very sad.
An Ohio neighborhood rocked by a church sex abuse scandal. Authorities in Athens County say a priest impregnated a teenager. Kevin Landers reports.
I'll call it a preliminary hearing and trust that you'll get it to the grand jury for indictment prior to whatever that hearing would be. Do you have a date in mind?
I'm sorry, everyone. It seems like we were experiencing some technical issues. Prosecutors claim the 17-year-old was being groomed by Foxhaven for years, even though the charges only pertain to incidents from the past couple of months. According to a press release from the Athens County Sheriff's Office, Foxhaven has been charged with 8 counts of sexual battery.
An Italian woman is in trouble with Polish officials after a poor choice of attire. Celine Ticci, member of the Italian alt-right group Forza Nova, or New Strength, is a woman who wore a shirt portraying the entrance to Birkenau concentration camp as a Disney logo parody with the caption, Auschwitzland. The Auschwitz Memorial issued a statement stating the image is humanely awful, but above all disrespectful, to the memory of all those who suffered and were murdered in Auschwitz, especially the 75,000 Italian Jews deported from the camp. To the camp, I'm sorry. The memorial notified Polish officials and are looking into the case for promoting Nazi ideology.
The regional governor of Tanzania's largest city, Dar es Salaam, Paul Makonda, is cracking down on the LGBT community by vowing to arrest anyone suspected of being gay. Makonda says gay people are advertising and selling their services online and that people that suspect anyone of being gay should report to him. Makonda's stances also echoes other Tanzanian government officials' statements about the LGBT community. Any LGBT person arrested can face a 30-year jail sentence, and the mass arrest will begin Monday.
Coming up next, Jake Vanderbrook gives your Halloween sports update. You're watching WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, helping solve child hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
What's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. The pressure's too much. I quit. I get it. I can do better. Just please don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
We taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Jake Vanderbrook, and it's time for your sports update. The Oswego State volleyball team came back from a 2-1 deficit to knock off the three-time defending conference champions on the road in the opening round of the 2018 championship tournament, which was Brockport. It's the first time the Lakers have advanced to the semifinal round since the 2015 season when they defeated Fredonia in 5 sets in the opening round. Both setters Allison Berger and Julia Flower each recorded double-doubles, with Berger getting 26 assists and 16 digs, and Julia Flower getting 10 assists and 14 digs. And Melissa Lucier led the team in kills with 14 in the contest. The Lakers' next match is against 2-seeded New Paltz in Geneseo. First serve is at 4 p.m. Sticking with volleyball, but shifting gears to high school Section 3 Class A, the Oswego Buccaneers defeated Central Square, winning 3-0. Setter Michaela Bradshaw dished out 29 assists, while Mary Carlton and McKinley Thompson led the team with 8 kills in the contest. On the other side, Caitlin Stevens and Brooke Tennant led the team in assists with 5. The Bucks will head to Fayetteville to take on Jamesville DeWitt this Saturday in a Class A final. Game time is at 4 p.m. Switching over some breaking news, the University of Maryland has fired football head coach DJ Durkin. The decision to fire Durkin came off the heels of his returning to work Tuesday after the Board of Regents recommended his reinstatement after reviewing an investigative report into the culture of Durkin's program. The issue goes back on May 29th, where a Maryland offensive lineman, Jordan McNair, died from a heat stroke. To the hardwood floor, Lemoyne coach Patrick Beeline found out he was rumored to be the front runner for the head coaching position at Siena while he was pitching a recruit to join him at Lemoyne. Beeline was in the middle of a recruiting visit with transfer guard Malik Garner. But Beeline has decided to reject the offer and will stay his 4th season coaching with the Dolphins. The Dolphins are coming off their best season in school history as they made it all the way up to the Elite 8. And speaking of them, the Lemoyne Dolphins had an exhibition game against Syracuse. That one just ended at Syracuse ends up winning this one by a score of 89-52.
Last night, former SU star Carmelo Anthony and the Rockets hosted the Portland Trail Blazers. Here are the highlights. Here we go. It's going to be C.J. McCollum. He's going to take it with the right hand and bank in the shot. But then here comes Dame Dollar. He's going to make the easy layup for 2. But really, the story was the Houston offense struggling when you're shooting 32% from the floor, 10 for 43 behind the three-pointer arc, and only shot just 56% from the free throw line. Yeah, this Houston team, they really struggled. Mike and Tony not really pleased. But here comes Nurkic. He makes a great move on Michael Carter-Williams with the beautiful layup. But then here comes the man, Dame Dollar, with the floater. He puts it in. Portland goes on to win this one by a score of 104-85. They improved to 5-2 on the regular season, while the Houston Rockets dropped to 1-5. But now we got some hockey. Here is Brady Shea. He gets the pass from Kevin Hayes and finds Chris Kreider for the one-timer. Rangers are up by a score of 2-1. But then here come the San Jose Sharks. Brent Burns, he dishes the pass out to Timo Meier, and he goes top left on Henrik Lundqvist to tie it up. Rangers threatening in their zone. Chris Kreider, he's going to be able to score his second goal of the contest. He's going to give the Rangers a 3-2 lead. But then here comes San Jose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It doesn't matter. Tomas Hertl with 2 seconds left. He gives it a go. San Jose ties it, but then Kevin Shattenkirk, opportunity, goes backhand. He is able to convert. Rangers win on a shootout. They win by a score of 4-3.
I'm happy hockey's back, and I'm happy you're happy.
Yeah.
The Vikings look pretty good. We only got about a minute before we close out, so I really look quick. What's your favorite Halloween candy, man?
You know, I got to go with Reese's. You got to go with the peanut butter, and you got the chocolate.
But are we
It's
talking pieces or cups?
Oh, I got to go cups. Yeah, the pieces, we got to go cups right here.
Yeah, big boy game. Yeah.
Big boy, big facts. That's how we do it.
I'm a payday bar kind of guy. What about you guys?
No, I'm a Hershey's milk chocolate type of girl. That's my forte.
Okay.
But
I'm Kit Kat all day.
Kit Kat.
Classic,
all right.
classic.
I put Kit Kat in my top 5. So Bobby, I hear you on that, man. I hear you.
Top 5.
All right.
Top 5.
Gotcha.
Definitely.
Bobby, do you have any idea what the trick-or-treaters are going to face out there as far as weather tonight?
It's going to be around like the mid to upper 40s. A little bit of dampness, so it won't be too comfortable. Might need like a sweatshirt or a light jacket. But as for that, it shouldn't be too bad. No rain in the forecast for tonight, but that'll come back tomorrow and for the evening. And then basically for the rest of your week, Sunday looks to be the good day for the weekend.
Oh, well, that's what I love.
That's
That's what I love
awesome.
to hear.
Yeah. Well, on behalf of the crew and everybody up here, we want to wish you guys a happy Halloween. Stay safe, and thank you for watching.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. Have a great night, everyone.
When you are in space, you can't run down to the store to buy parts. You have to improvise with what you have on your mission. Making is when there is something new that was not in existence at the beginning of the day.
Okay.
It's an incredible sense of accomplishment when you have made something. That's why I make. Now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.